Member of the House Oversight Committee, Democratic Congressman Khanna joins me. Good evening, sir. And I imagine it's so much easier to sit through a State of the Union or a joint address like this if your party is delivering the main speech as president. So what are your thoughts on how do you sit there? And how do you decide when to clap, when to stand? What's your plan?
Well, look, I'm attending because I represent America. I'm in a district that my duty is to do what's best for the country. And it's just honoring the American people's choice. It's honoring the office of the presidency. But I will have plenty of opportunity after the speech to express where I disagree. And the main places have been the firing of veterans and the Medicaid cuts. But I will listen respectfully because Donald Trump is the president of the United States.
Congressman, I think Senator Slotkin, like all those who have preceded her, has picked the old maid card, because I think that's really a tough job to do the rebuttal, especially since I suspect, like in past years, it has been taped well before she's even heard the president's speech, like so many years before. So your thoughts on the job as giving the rebuttal for the opposing party tonight as the Democrats?
Well, Greta, I've never been asked to give the rebuttal, but I have said to myself, if I ever were asked, just say no. It's one of the worst gigs in American politics. But now, look, I have a lot of respect for Senator Slotkin. We came into Congress together. She will focus on pocketbook issues. And she was one of the people who was critical of the way we ran in 2024. We were talking about abstract issues of democracy. I think she's going to focus on understanding that people still have it rough out there, that the tariff policies, blanket tariff policies, aren't going to bring down costs of groceries, that we aren't going to help families by cutting Medicaid. And she's going to be outlining what Democrats want to do to help working class and middle class families.
Democrats were told, we don't know for sure, I mean, we haven't seen yet, that some of them will bring some fired government workers. Look, nobody wants to see government workers fired because nobody wants to see anyone lose a job. But I suspect most of America knows there's a lot of bloat here in D.C. Indeed, there is. How do the Democrats, between now and the next midterm, how do they address the fact of the federal government? You've got one party trying to slim it down and make it cheaper. Most Americans probably think that's a pretty good idea.
Well, I think they think that there's waste in government, but they don't want to see a sledgehammer where the people being fired are veterans. I mean, 30% of those serving in the federal government are veterans. And you have stories of someone I know personally who went to Iraq and Afghanistan, who was doing a job to help other veterans who had post-traumatic stress disorder, doing it well, fired. And so if there was a rational plan to look at how we right-size agencies, to look at functions that are not efficient, and that they presented that plan and follow that plan, that would be one thing. But what you have now going on is a mass firing, people who are high performers being fired, and this is backfiring. And this is why you have a lot of outrage in Republican districts, and why the Speaker of the House today said to Republicans, don't even do town halls, because you're going to have veterans and other groups upset at you.
Congressman Khanna, as always, thank you, sir.